Hey, what's up, YouTube viewers and BetaNews.com readers? Brian Fajoli here with a really cool product today. It's from a company you might have heard of. It's called Apple. It is Apple TV. Yes, this is the 4th generation Apple TV, and it is my first Apple TV. Now, why did I buy this? I bought this because I've always had iPads. I love iPads. But this year, I bought my first ever iPhone. I bought the iPhone 6s Plus. So, I'm kind of deep into iOS now. I have an iPad, I have an iPhone. I needed a device for, watching media online, like, Netflix and Hulu and things like that. I have a Fire TV stick, which is good. But what the Apple TV offers, the 4th generation, is the App Store. So it runs tvOS, which is basically iOS, and it allows you to play games. Now, I already own an Xbox One, which can do streaming media like Hulu and Netflix and things like that. And of course, it can also play games. The problem is the Xbox One is quite large. So in my bedroom, I have my TV on the wall and a little tiny shelf. And the Xbox One is kind of gargantuan there. But more importantly, I work a lot. I work almost nonstop all day long. So, if I have time to play a game, it's not going to be Halo 5. I don't have the time for it. I might get a couple hours a week, or maybe, half hour a day. So I want to sit down, I want to either watch some media, do something like that, or if I want to play a game, it's really more like a casual game. I don't have time for a hardcore game that requires my attention. That is why the Apple TV was so perfect for me. So it's good for casual gaming. It's great for media. And of course, if you have an iPhone like I do, it's great for that. So the box is sealed with plastic. I'm going to go ahead and unbox it now. So let me take a look here. The back of the box has things like the serial number and everything, so I'm not going to show that off. Okay? And I'll also check the Apple TV itself. Where's the seam here? I'll just cut it down here. I'm not saving the box. So I'm just going to cut that plastic off. I should probably be able to see the Apple TV logo a little bit better. There it is. And let's see how to do this. I believe it should slide off. Whoa! Awesome. Alright, so I'm going to put the Apple TV itself to the side just for a moment. And I'm just taking a look at it, and there's no serial number or anything else like that on it, so we can look at that more in depth. Also in the box, besides the Apple TV, is the remote, but we will look at that at the same time as the Apple TV. Let's go ahead and look at the other stuff that's in the box. So, pull this out. Let's get started booklet. Okay, let's see what's in that. Ooh, some Apple stickers. Always cool to get those. Apple TV info. Let's see. Welcome to Apple TV. You're never going to watch TV the same way again. You'll interact with it on a profoundly personal level. You'll talk to it with Siri. Awesome. And with the touch surface and the remote, your TV will respond to the swipe of a finger. Your TV and everything on it has never been so simple to control. So it shows here there's power, HDMI. It has a USB-C port. It says for service only. Maybe hackers will access that in the future. Or even Apple might add some kind of connectivity there. And of course, if you want to hardwire it, there's Ethernet there as well. Inside, it shows you how to use the remote and some things you could ask Siri. So it gives the example, find episode 4 of season 6 of The Sopranos, or turn on closed captioning, or who stars in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's very cool. So it can do a lot of cool things. It has the power of Siri, which I like. I like Siri. Every day she gives me the weather and things like that. So we have here is a lightning cable. Now the weird thing about this to me, in the box is not an AC adapter for this. So you'd use this cable to charge the Apple TV remote. But the problem is, like I said, it doesn't have the AC adapter, and it's a USB Type A cable, and the Apple TV itself has a USB Type C. So it would be kind of cool if you could charge the remote off of the Apple TV, but that's not possible. I don't know if you do buy a USB C to A adapter, could you then charge the remote off of it? I don't know. I don't know if that service port outputs power by default. I just don't know. However, most people have AC adapters, so it's kind of silly to complain about that. If you have an iPhone or even an Android phone, something, you have an AC adapter that will work off a USB, so there's really no worry there. Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, that pulls out. That box is empty now. I'm going to put that to the side. And we have a pretty good looking power adapter. It is not a power brick. If I can get it off here. I'm going to use my knife and start that there. Good. It's really nice, actually. The texture of the cable is really nice. It's a nice rubber. It feels substantial. It doesn't feel like cheap or anything like that. I like that it's not a big brick. I like that this can be plugged in either way, upside down. There is no right side, no right way to plug it in. So I'm just going to put my knife away now just so I don't cut myself. It is quite the sharp knife. Okay. So we have the power adapter, we have the lightning cable. Let's look at the fun stuff. So I'm going to look at the Siri remote last, and we'll look at the Apple TV first. So let's make sure. I'm going to pull off the plastic. I just want to make sure that when I pull off the bottom black piece, it doesn't have a serial number or anything. It does have a serial number, so I'm not going to show the bottom. Around, for whatever reason, okay, there's a black piece of tape that goes around it. I don't know why. So I'll go around the entire unit here. So on the right side, it's blank. On the front, it is blank. On the left, it is blank. And on the rear, like the box showed, zoom in there a little bit, we have power, USB-C, HDMI, and Ethernet. That's it. It's a small, little, tiny box. And while things like the Chromecast and the Fire TV Stick are designed to be kind of hidden away, Apple TV is designed to be beautiful and to be displayed by your TV. It's not. It's meant to be a hub. It's not meant to, be hidden. You want, Apple, I guess, wants you to be aware that you have an Apple TV. Okay. So next, let's look at the really, really, really cool thing, which is the Siri remote. Okay. This is the Siri remote. On this remote, we have play and pause, volume up and down, which I believe you can hook up to your actual television set. So I think there's an IR receiver in the front here. Before I took the tape off, there was a little white line, so I'm thinking right there that may be like an IR blaster. This is, I believe, yep, right on the top, there is an IR blaster on the top. So you can, I believe, also do your TV, volume up and down. You can call on Siri by holding down that button. There's a menu button. I don't know what this button does. Let's see what I do with that manual here. Let's see, menu, okay, home. Press to return to the home screen. Okay, that's kind of what I thought the menu button would do. Press to return to the previous menu. Okay. So menu, home, and you'd think, okay, we're done there, but no, there's a clickable trackpad on the top. So you can swipe through menus with your thumb, right? But you can also click as well. And it also, I believe, does motion like a Wii controller. And you can, let me see if I have it here. I had a, yes, I do have it. Okay. Let me unbox that too. I was going to make it a separate, let's see here. I was going to make it a separate video, but I also have the remote loop, which came in a day earlier than my Apple TV, or 2 days earlier actually. So you can use it like a Wii remote, or Wiimote as some people like to call it, not the official term, but motion and everything. And this is a game controller. Now you can also hook up, you can buy third-party controllers that almost resemble like an Xbox One type controller that would allow you to play more in-depth games if you need more controls, more buttons, things like that. So we have the Apple TV unboxed. We've looked at the Siri remote. Let's look at the remote loop. Okay, this is kind of people think it's kind of a silly product. I bought it because the idea of gaming with this little Siri remote, which can be expensive to replace, the trackpad is glass, so it could break. This plugs into the lightning port of the Siri remote and goes around your wrist. And the idea is that if you really got intense into gaming and you're going, you know how you can really get into the game, you don't want to accidentally throw the remote, you don't want to accidentally drop it, so it's good to have a protection for it. So as we see on the back here, let's see, just shows it's basically just a piece of plastic, a loop that plugs into the lightning port on the remote. So let's go ahead and open that up. There's a little tab here. Okay, now that I've pulled that tab, this top piece opens. Okay, the box is now empty. Put that aside. It's weird, okay. It's like taped down. Okay. Alright, so let's see what exactly the loop is made at. The loop, it almost feels like leather. Does it say on the box what it's made of? It doesn't. I thought it was plastic. It might be a imitation leather, but it almost feels leather. The problem that makes me a little nervous is these side hooks. How did that... Oh, okay. See if you guys can pick that up there. You squeeze those. That was my concern, was how it was going to lock in. So that's in there good now. The only way to take it off the loop is to press in the buttons and pull. Okay. And now, when I want a game, I would put my wrist through this, then hold it. And the idea is, if for whatever reason I drop it, it'll hang instead of falling and smashing and breaking. So I think it was like, I want to say like $17 for the loop, which is a little ridiculous. I guarantee you some third-party companies will come out with something not only less expensive, but probably better too. I mean, it's really nothing special. It's very boring, and it's very to the point. This is a loop. That's all that it does. It's not fun at all. And I think some companies will probably make nice colors like greens and reds and blues and pinks, and there's an opportunity there for accessory makers to really make some money and create a product that people are going to want. Okay, so once again, this is Brian Fagioli with BetaNews.com, and I'm taking a look at the 4th generation Apple TV. It is a brand new product, brand new OS with tvOS. It, according to Apple, is going to change the way that I interact with TV and feel about TV, and I'm going to put the Apple TV 4th generation through its paces. I'm going to see if that's true. Will I really enjoy the gaming? Will I love the streaming? I'm a subscriber to Apple Music. I don't know how that works with this, if it even does work yet or has to be added in the future. There's a lot of different questions I have. I'm assuming it has Bluetooth support, so I'm wondering, can I connect it to Bluetooth speakers? And the reason I ask that is, in my bedroom, I have an Amazon Echo. So I tell Alexa that I want to pair something. It goes into Bluetooth pairing mode, and then I can pair the Echo as a Bluetooth speaker. It would be really cool if on my TV I could select the music that I want on my Apple TV and have my Apple Music play through my Amazon Echo. That would be really cool. I hope that's possible. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have, including, is it better than the Roku? Is it better than the Amazon Fire? You pay a premium here. I want to say, I think I paid $200 for the 64 gigabyte model. So it's considerably more money than like an Amazon Fire TV stick, which I think is something like $40. But it does a lot more. It's a hardcore gaming machine. And iOS has the best apps. And if a lot of those apps come to the Apple TV, including games, it could be sorry for the pun, but it could be a game changer if I could play a lot of the great iPhone and iPad games on my big screen TV using the Apple TV. So I don't think $199 is too expensive for that. As long as the execution is there, as long as the apps are there, I think it could be a really, really great device. And I'm going to go hook it up right now. So goodbye, everybody. I'm going to go play with my new Apple TV. Have a great night. Bye-bye.